I just wanted to talk about some of this this record heat that has been taking place for several days. I don't know what to say about it except for the fact that I don't mind the warm temperatures continuing. It doesn't really bother me too much, but it's just kind of unprecedented to me to see this kind of heat continuing into October. I looked at the forecast a few days ago and it said unnecessarily hot. And that kind of forecast, that was kind of funny to read, unnecessarily hot. And that searing record heat is expected through October, and now it's going to be 97 degrees for 3 or 4 days this week in a row. And then and we're going to break several records. And I recorded the meteorologist stating, we're not talking about July. This is July type weather where it's going to be dangerous to be outside. They said that heat, the high pressure system, has caused a huge air mass to go upward and push a lot of the heat toward us and push the heat downward. And that large high pressure system has pushed all of that air, all of that warm air mass from the tropics toward us. And on top of that, the wind pattern is coming from the south, so that high pressure system being stationed over us is also not only doing that, but keeping the storms away from us. Not the storms, but the tropical storms and hurricanes. So and there are people that are arguing about climate and weather. Weather is things like storms, hail, rain, sunshine, things like that. That's the weather, your weather conditions. Climate is the particular pattern or the particular way something is. Like if you're in a tropical climate, you're in a tropical climate. If it's typically warm there or rains a lot, it rains typically. But the terms are not interchangeable, but they can go hand in hand. If climate is affected, then weather patterns do change. Now, I wouldn't call that global warming at all, because that's a huge misconception in my opinion, but I don't get into all of that because I probably just said several trigger words, but I hope I didn't. But climate change, yes, I do believe, and the climate has changed many times throughout history, but I also believe in weather modification. So you have to be so careful of what you say anymore. It's insane. But I want to state that this is just crazy. I stated, I asked the local meteorologist, I said, are we going to have to trade in our pumpkins for watermelons this year? The pumpkins for Halloween for watermelon. It kind of reminds me of Summerween for Gravity Falls. From Gravity Falls, they had watermelons instead of pumpkins. That's what this kind of reminds me of. But they said it is unprecedented that the heat continues this long. And they said we might get a short break next Friday, but it will be back right afterwards, they think. But we are the only place in all of Tennessee without drought. They said that normally it takes a year to years to get the kind of drought that our state is in for the month of September. But they said we have seen it in just 1 month. The conditions that are supposed to take years to take place. But they said we've seen a record amount of time without hardly any drops of rain. But we, for some reason in our area, in northern Middle Tennessee, have been fortunate enough to where there's no drought here. There's no, we're not in the drought list. We're the only place not listed in the drought. So that's because it seems like if it rains on us. But that weather pattern is quite interesting. When you see, this is the pattern right now, hot and dry. It's a weather pattern that you would see typically in July, basically. And we actually made it to 97. No, we made it to 96 yesterday. And I think Friday, I think we made it to 90. 96, I think. 95, 96, 96, I think we made it to. And it's going to stay that way, 97 through most of next week. They said we will break records 3 or 4 days out of the week next week. While they're getting snowstorms in the northwest. They're actually getting blizzards and snowstorms in that area. And the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook is calling for at least a 50% chance of above average temperatures from October 3rd through the 7th, and that's from the National Weather Service and the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration. So this weather pattern that we're seeing is definitely unusual, and they've extended, as of this morning, the chief meteorologist of down in Georgia stated that this pattern is going to continue for at least 7 days. Montgomery, Alabama reached 99 degrees. That shattered the record of 96 set back in 1954. And that powerful upper ridge system entrenched over the eastern half of the country, a strong ridge and dry ground are sadly a perfect recipe for extreme heat. And this is the extreme heat that you see listed right here. That's the upper air pattern, expected September 30th. A few isolated showers and thunderstorms developed for several areas, but this is the forecast for Alabama. 99, 97, 97, 97, 96, 96, 97. So quite something to behold there. Record highs throughout the area and hot, dry conditions. It's just, it's really, I don't remember it ever extending this long. I'm going to check some of the other areas, and see what they're like, but I don't remember it extending this long. I know we are expected to maybe reach 99. You have more record-breaking temperatures in that area. I remember it reaching, I think that we might even reach 99 on October 2nd. That would be unprecedented. Let's see, where's this at? I'll have to check and see where that's at. They're not telling where this is at. Well, we'll have to see. Oh, Indianapolis. Okay. So Indianapolis is going to be receiving record temperatures as well. But it's going to be around 100 degrees every single day for Alabama for the next 7 to 9 days. So keep as cool as possible and stay as safe as we possibly can. It's definitely going to be very, 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 very warm and very hot. And we'll see if we reach that 99, and they reach 99 in Nashville. We'll see if we reach 99 here on October 2nd. But for the next 7 to 10 days, it's going to be warm. At least that's what they're saying. All but maybe 1 day. Being the fact that it's still like 71 right now. I think it's 71. So very warm this time of year. Peace. Signing out. Heat indexes will be above. They said heat indexes from 105 to 110, 105 to 110 degrees. That's pretty warm. Signing out.